So today I thought maybe we would talk a little bit about failure and the big picture of failure. So let's get started. So my question here to you is this a fail or a fun? When I first I didn't design this actually, I first got the pattern, I was so excited about it, and it just reminded me of a sunset. And this was at the beginning of the pandemic, and the colors were so bright and cheery. But the problem was, I didn't know anything about gauge, and I have issues with the armpit area of this sweater and the fact that unless I pin it in the front, it falls down in the back because it is so heavy and it really doesn't fit me very well. But I still love the back of it. I think it's so pretty in some ways. But would I wear this in public? Don't really know. So again, failure or fun? What I really got out of it though was the enjoyment of actually learning how to crochet a garment. Since this was my first one, and learning how to read a pattern, and just the pure color was delightful in the middle of February in Minnesota. And if you know what it's like to live in February in Minnesota, it's the most depressing month of the year, much less approaching a pandemic. So really, you could almost look at this as a win, because even though I may never wear this in public, and I've humiliated myself now to wear it in front of you guys, I still won in terms of a lot of learning and fun. My next fail is this little girl. This is Bunny. And you look at this beautiful little girl and you can't believe that she's a fail, but she is a major fail because you know why? She is a foster dog, or she was a foster dog, and I call her a foster fail because you know why? We just love her too much to ever give her up, and we've had her for a couple years now. Sweetest dog ever. And that is Sebastian, the little guy on the sofa. That's my dad's dog. And sometimes you can call him a fail too because he still goes to the bathroom every once in a while in the house. Some other failures that I have encountered, and you can see in this picture, I'm wearing my blue robe, failed to get dressed for the day. Well, that's not really true. As you can see, it's only 7:45. It's pretty early in the morning. And this is how I like to spend my Saturday mornings, sitting next to my dog and crocheting. Here I am crocheting my daughter's blanket. It's a bobble blanket. It's probably going to take me a while to do this because I'm in the middle of several projects at one time. But this is the best way to start a day. Let's talk about some other failures I've experienced though. And in all seriousness, I've failed a math class in my past, and here I am a math teacher, and I'm sure some of you have failed at math as well, and I would call that math trauma. It has really affected a lot of my students, and a lot of my students are afraid to fail, so much so that they're willing to cheat on exams because they don't want to fail. They're afraid that if they fail this class, they won't be accepted in a school, or won't be accepted in the school that they want to go to. And let me tell you, math, the way you learn math is literally by failing. You have to fail it to learn it. You learn from your mistakes. And I would say almost everything you do in life is learning either from your own failures or watching someone else fail. Sometimes we fail because we set ourselves up for failure. I think about how we teachers are now having to teach in hybrid, and it's almost impossible to do a good job and teach in two environments at the same time. We are supposed to connect with our students, and we're supposed to connect online and connect with our students in person. And it makes it really, really hard to really make sure that all students are learning what they need to learn. Thank goodness we have Wednesdays to help us prep during this time, because we would not have time to do that. It's twice as much work as it normally is if we did not have that Wednesday. Wednesdays are also a time to meet with these students that are online in a more personal level, because we don't get to see them during the day while we're teaching. They are usually just an icon on the screen because a lot of them don't want to be seen in the video. And I honestly can't blame them for that. So I've gotten to know their icons quite well. But these Wednesdays, I meet with them for about 5 minutes and just talk to them. Just connect with them. And it's the best time to do that. Let's talk about some ways that we fail when we should have known better. I think about Texas right now after the ice storm. How the electric company there 10 years ago were warned that they needed to go and make some design changes in their system, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it because they wanted to save money. And now look what has happened. There are people in Texas that have died, literally died, because they lost their power and froze to death in their homes during this time. It's just so sad that we don't always learn from our failure, that we don't take the time to make it right. Instead, we just hide it, we pretend it didn't happen, we lie about it. It's a sad time in Texas right now for that reason. Here I'm making a sweater that I found in Yarnspirations. And I'm using some Karen yarn called Karen Marble Cakes. And I actually am using 2 strands. I am also mixing it with a Karen Skitty Cake, which has very similar colors in it. And I'm making the sweater. I'll put links to it in the comments. So I'm hoping that even I struggle with my own failures, and I'm hoping that I can remember that, again, failing is a time of learning, and that we can all learn from our mistakes and not be too hard on myself. I'll leave you with that thought, and I'll just let this play on. If you have any comments, please leave it down in the comment section, and if you like this video, please click on like. Subscribe, because I'll be adding more. Believe me, if I failed at this one or the last one, maybe I'll learn from it. Bye.